trading in the green. But let's move on. The month of May was definitely a washout for the auto sector, specifically for commercial vehicles because of the lockdown extension and the impact it had on demand. Eicher commercial vehicles sold only 686 units in the month of May. Vinod Agarwal, the MD and CEO of Volvo Eicher Commercial Vehicles, joins us now to talk about all of that and more. Vinod, good morning. Things have been rather tough for the commercial vehicle industry specifically, but you tell us, what is the capacity utilizations of your plants currently? Are you working at full capacity, or are you waiting to see if demand picks up and then take a call?
Absolutely. I think currently the commercial vehicle industry is going through a very tough phase, and as you have seen, the sales last month for the entire industry have been just around 2,000 numbers for 5 ton and above, which normally is around 35-40,000. So it's around more than 90% down, and the major reason is basically the economy is down, and still only 35-40% of the trucks are operating on the roads. So since there is a lot of idle capacity already there with the truckers, so there is demand for the new trucks is very low. So that's the reason, and consequently the capacity utilization of course has to be low, because we can't produce to stop. So therefore we produced only 500 odd units last month, and we sold 686. So basically production is in line with the sales, and our capacity is around 100,000 units per annum, which is around 7,500, 8,000 units per month. So against 8,000 units capacity, we are last month we produced only 500.
Okay, well, Mr. Agarwal, I know you don't take, I mean, you're in charge of the commercial vehicle segment and not the two-wheelers, but are you seeing a distinct difference? It appears that personal vehicles are doing much better than commercial vehicles. Is that the takeaway in Eicher?
As an industry perspective, of course, because for the social distancing also, I think people who can afford personal vehicles, that definitely they will go in for that. So definitely I think that gets a preference, whereas commercial vehicles are largely for business, and they are not largely 100% for business.
Okay.
So since they are for business, if the business is down, the commercial vehicle market will go along with the economy, whereas the personal vehicles go with the personal income levels and then the personal preferences of people.
Okay. Okay. Now, coming back to the commercial vehicle, what is your sense in terms of when the uptick will start? Is it that lack of drivers and monsoon will take away all the months up until September, and only thereafter we should expect an uptick?
I think now the lockdown is now opening almost everywhere.
Yes.
And our supply chain also is now almost fully operational. Our dealerships are also fully operational. So therefore, I think economic activity will start picking up, and as of now, a lot of economic activity was closed. It was only essential services that were operating. And then the other big impact on the commercial vehicles, especially on the buses, is that the schools are closed. All schools are closed till September. Otherwise, this April, May, June used to be the peak season for school buses. So now the school buses this time is going to be a washout, because there is no requirement from school. They are not buying right now. They may buy in September, but they are not buying. And then of course there is some demand which is coming from specific contracts. If the customers are getting some contracts like for LPG cylinder movements, or for construction, or for e-commerce. So wherever this type of specific contracts are there, those customers are buying the trucks. But however, if you look at the movement of consumer durables or white goods, or even the factories, if they suppose entire auto industry is operating at a very low level, then it means the movement of components for producing these auto products, that is also low. So the movement of parts and components is down. Similarly, the movement of cars and two-wheelers, if they are operating at say 35-40%, so it means the movement of those cars or two-wheelers to the distributors or to the dealers, that is also down. So the basically commercial vehicle industry is directly linked to the entire economic activity. So as of now, since everything is down, once these things become normal, once we see the demand coming up in other areas, then definitely commercial vehicle industry will pick up.
Sure. When I spoke with you last, Mr. Agarwal, you pointed out to me that dealers are not getting finance from banks. And that has become a big challenge in the last couple of weeks or so. Why is it that banks are not offering funding to dealerships, and do you expect the situation to improve anytime soon?
No, the banks also have their own prudential norms. Now the problem is that wherever dealers or wherever the customers have availed the moratorium, now if they need finance to buy more trucks, to that extent banks are more cautious. For example, if dealer has already availed moratorium for his existing outstandings, it means if he wants to buy more trucks from us, he has to convince the banks that why has he taken moratorium and he is not able to pay the existing loan, then why does he need more? So to that extent they are facing difficulties. And similarly, if the customer has taken moratorium and if customer wants to buy some more trucks, to that extent he is facing more difficulty. So definitely it's a challenge that since wherever the customers or dealers have availed the moratorium from banks or institutions, for them it is becoming more difficult to avail new finance. So that's the challenge.
Mr. Agarwal, in that case, are some of your suppliers likely to lose business altogether? Is there that kind of an existential threat to them?
Definitely, I think there will be some challenges, but at the same time, we will have to find out other alternatives. Wherever suppose dealers are not able to support the channel finance,
okay.
So then we'll have to see how we can chip in there, or how we can help that dealer. Maybe we will have to extend some credit, or we will have to take direct exposure on the customer rather than routing that sale through the dealer.
Yes.
So we'll have to find out, I think, ways and means. Basically, fundamental thing is the demand. If the demand is there, I think all other constraints we will be able to solve, whether it is supply chain or whether it is drivers or it is workers. I think all those constraints can be solved. Fundamentally demand. If the demand is there, then we will do everything.
Okay. Well, let's hope it re-emerges, Mr. Agarwal. At the moment, the government is a bit constrained to try and encourage construction activity. But hopefully, if other parts of the economy come back, they will also find the money. Thank you very much indeed for joining us with your
thoughts. It is very, very important. If infrastructure investments happen, I think that will be a big boost to the industry.
Okay. We look forward to that. Thank you very much for joining us, Mr. Vinod Agarwal.
Thank you.
Okay, from infrastructure, let's get to commodities. Manisha Gupta is with us.